I saw you told Breer at Sports Illustrated about Dwayne Haskins and called him Tom Brady-ish. Put a little bit more meat on that bone, Trent. What do you call? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, and I also told Albert, please don't compare him to Tom Brady, but he has those types of qualities. You know, if you go and just look at Tom's DNA, fierce competitor, obviously, perfectionist, works as hard as anybody at the craft of quarterbacking and has for years, has innate accuracy, has what I call a quick twitch mind, can process very, very quickly, both pre and post snap, has the ability to spit the ball all over the field, any type of throw. You know, there's throw catalog is something that's not talked about enough. You got to have a lot of different throws. Your throw catalog has to be expansive if you're going to, you know, fulfill the fullness of your offense. Dwayne has all those things. Dwayne, when we had him at 16 years old, acted as if he was 22 years old. He's mature beyond his years, especially in terms of his football IQ. Go talk to Ryan Day and Urban Meyer about what they're able to do with him protection-wise. Very few college teams put protections on the quarterbacks, and if they do, it's like a right-left or a one-guy read where he's handling the entire protection package at the line of scrimmage. It's why they're able to smoke your boys. It's the ability to do that, the ability to give a quarterback the keys to the car and make it his offense is something that's not talked about enough. And Dwayne has that ability at a young age, and you can truly give him the keys to the car at a young age, and your offense will grow exponentially. It won't be waiting on the quarterback to figure it out. He'll be ahead of the offense. And when you have that and the ability to locate the ball wherever you want all over the field with a huge throw catalog, it makes up for his lack of twitch. It makes up for his lack of movement ability. It makes up for his lack of athleticism. Because he checks all those other boxes.
Would you counsel the Giants to take him at 6?
Yes, I think that's the logical fit. I've seen these mock drafts where he's slipping down to the Dolphins, and I don't think that's a terrible fit. That might be better for Dwayne, but I think for the Giants, and I'm an Eli tweener. I can see both sides of the argument, but I think he's a guy that's proven he can play in cold weather, proven he can beat the wind by how the rate for which his ball spins. That's always an issue when you play in New York. And I think he can handle the bigness of the Big Apple. And anytime a New York team is drafting a quarterback, that's the first thing you have to look at is, can this player handle the bigness of what he's about to get into? And I think my experience with Dwayne and the people he surrounds himself with, I would give a yes to that.
Well, that's my next question, Trent, was about Eli, because, again, I always defer to you on subjects like this, and Kurt Warner at work. When you see the game, you see differently. You see what could have been the throw, or what should have been the throw, or what should have been the throw had the protection held up. And you hear Dave Gettleman talk about how it's a fallacy that Eli's washed. How much viability does Eli have, or years left with the Giants, if they do not go Haskins 6?
I think he's a winning quarterback in the NFL. And we could dive deeper into that, but I think he still is a winning quarterback. If you surround him with enough dudes, which they have, especially the running back position, and you build the offense around his strength set, then I think he's still a winning quarterback in the NFL. I don't think you can ask him to do things that aren't in his DNA. I think the new system better fits him. I think that with the runner and the action game, he can still win a lot of games and carry a good deal of water. Still in a term from Steve Young that I think is a brilliant way of talking about quarterbacks, which is how much water can you carry? I think he can carry still the majority of the water for that offense, given the supporting cast and given the type of system they'll most likely play with Saquon running the show. And certain quarterbacks, again, have certain DNAs. And you can go back. We've done statistical studies of this, and it shows up in stats, but also just a trained eye can see it. You can see when a quarterback is more comfortable in the action game opposed to the drop back game. You can see when a quarterback's more comfortable in the quick game opposed to the deeper drop game. And good coaches figure that out about their quarterbacks early on, and they build the bulk of the offense around it. Eli's always been a better extended drop guy. So an action guy, off play action, or a deeper drop guy where the play can develop and he can read boundary to boundary. The more of that they do, the better he'll be. The more you're asking to play with that, I'll use this term for the 400th time in this interview, the more twitch you ask him to play with, the more he's going to struggle. So, again, it comes down to fit and how the offense is built. But if you do all those things right, which I'm sure that's how the lens they're looking at it from, then you're looking at Eli going, yeah, this guy can win a lot of games for us.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download The Rich Eisen Show app.